glamorized narrative of pull yourself up by your bootstraps echoes through generations. And is preached prophetically as a means of communal condemnation, while reverberations of placated notions of individualization feed into a monolith that I have no interest in facing. Do not mistake this distaste for jealousy while refusing to see the exploitation as a legacy of absence of humanity. See, I couldn't care less about the size of a yacht. I'm still trying to get over the family members intentionally lost off of large boats so exorbitant symbols of waste don't satiate my tastes. We learned to read and write, but we mastered Eurocentric concepts, ideals, lessons. Liberation isn't free, but the freedom of emancipation is buried in the blood I bring, the souls carried with me, the broken branches with transformation and ideation. Liberation came the day my back became weighted with those before me, walking informed to see what power can mean in the absence of isolation. What have you collectively conceived for your community? Did you buy into that individualistic mythology, fool's gold passed off by prophets of manipulation, rooted in a jailhouse tale of individualism they gave you from the other side of the bars? You can't even see your own cage since you refuse to see the roots from which that mythology came. I am too young to have back problems. So sometimes I wear a brace because the weight of who walks in a room with me can sometimes feel overwhelming if I let it. Foundations are never paved in private. And this weight wasn't created in silence. It was created before stolen lands and before clasped hands, but still I carry them with me. Sea salt saunas are bad for complexion, and yet I have to dive deep to make sure that's included in the lessons that built my intelligence, built my relevance, built my aversion to negligence, built backwoods shacks that pushed lashed backs to try to run toward a freedom, meaning reading and dreaming was a dream. Pencil shrapnel is an atomic bomb to a white supremacist encampment. I was armed by the ones who put a dictionary in my hands and told me that to study is to both stand in the land from which you were kidnapped and hark back to a time before these winters when we had summers. And to stand on the land forged by the hands often taken, and being twice as good just to get half is accepting substandard placement. Strive for more. Strive for stronger back braces. Strive for love in all the places that your history has given you blindness to and told you that to see is worse than forgetting. The branches didn't break. Sinews and souls left on that day and joined me here out of fear that one day I would be made to believe I got here because of me and not from the saltwater splash class broken into migrated purpose. Have you ever seen what happens? The branches didn't break, and the postcards that they made on those days show them smiling and kids playing, and so for each deceased ornament hanging who is taken, I willingly accept my back pain. To carry the souls who invested but were left breathless, who showed me how to fish, showed me what meant, showed me what power looks like in this skin. Where do the heroes go who we never meet but still walk in parallel at times when it gets too painful to breathe? And remember that the backwoods shacks built bonds, built bridges, built meaning for me to cross and kick a door down for those after I'm gone. We came from song, were birthed in fire, crowned in light. They tried to douse the flames with saltwater saunas, yet we grew into greatness. I can hear the clanking at every step, like my soul is both here and below deck. Nobody asked them if the chains on their necks were too heavy, but ever since I turned them into gold, all the inquiries are levied. Where was this concern for those parallel? Find me a ship manifest so I can sing a blues medley with the teeth of all the bleeding anchors sunken to lighten loads and subsequently rose to accompany me. Who said a phoenix was rare? Saltwater saunas tried to extinguish the flames, and now I carry each one with me every time you see these chains.